Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Belinda here and we are going to tackle Roxy's weekly challenge week 18 I think we're up to. I watched Rachel's video of her making these. That's Rachel from Roxy Creations, and I thought what she did was just super pretty and not very difficult to achieve. It does require a few supplies, so book pages. You can use scraps of book page, leftover book pages that you might have. I just grabbed 3 out of a book, 2, 3 or 4, 3 as the base. You'll need other scraps of book page or neutral pages. It might be printables, whatever you've got, and some fussy cuts. They could be digitals, they could be out of books. You could even use stickers if you wanted to. Yeah, decorative elements. And Rachel used flowers, birds and butterflies, and I think I'm going to stick in the same vein as that because they were just pretty, and that type of imagery goes with so many different types of journals, so why not stick with that? So I have grabbed out my containers. I've got, you also might want some labels, postage stamps, words, those types of things. I have, an avalanche already. So I've got my flowers here from Artsology. I am going to start with those, and I think I'm going to stick with these. There are a few book page ones, oh that's so pretty, in there as well, so we might use those too. So I'm just going to grab one before we need the flowers. We don't need the flowers just yet. I need my book page scraps and just popping a few pieces around on your base. Not much. I'm just going to grab out a few options here. Well, that one's probably not much use for anything, so that can go in the bin. Just kind of grab out some. I'm looking for different colours as well as the text. Okay, that should be enough to play with. Just really a couple of pieces per base is all you need. So should we just start with this bit of antique music. My base is going sideways and I'm kind of wondering, should I stick with it vertical? It is going to change how I compose though. I don't really mind if the text is sideways, so I'm going to go sideways, but you might want or prefer to have it right side up, but it will impact how you cut it up later on, because these are essentially small masterboards. It's really what I would class them as, but you don't have to chop them up. If they're small enough that they will fit in a pocket or however you want to use them, then you don't necessarily need to chop them apart. I'm just going to put this in the bottom corner. So I'm not really considering too much composition at this stage. This is just adding a few extra background layers. So I'm just having a quick little check that there's nothing too objectionable on the book pages I'm sticking down. Sorry, I am gluing off to the side. I realise you won't be able to see me apart from my big arm in the way. I am so cold. It's a sunny day out there, but it's freezing. So I've got a hoodie on, plus this big thick cardigan, and it's just cold. So hopefully it will warm up with that sun as it comes around this afternoon, because it's just not making any difference whatsoever at the moment. Why don't we go ahead and do our bases first, in the interest of kind of a nod towards mass making. I think I like this side better because this side talks about unfair, dishonourable, treacherous, treason, weaken, whereas this one is not quite so bad. So I don't think I want that plainer edge down there, so I'll whip that off. And off there. Right, I'm going to have to be careful how I'm gluing this because it's got a very, very narrow point there. So just putting it on a place where hopefully there's no glue that it will stick to on my glue pages. So how are you all today? I hope you're having a good week, good day. I've got quite a bit of work to get through. Because we're out all day Friday, we're supposed to be out Saturday as well, which I completely forgot about. Hubby wants to go away for the day up to Kaikoura, which is about 2 hours away. It's a seaside town. We haven't been up there for quite a while. I just don't know whether we will actually do that because we're both really tired, and 4 hours of driving, just a day trip up there to, you know, see the sights and stuff. I'm just wondering whether it's a wise idea, but it's what he wants to do for his birthday. His birthday, as I'm recording this, or the day you're watching this, yeah, the day you're watching this will be his birthday, if you're watching it on the day it is. So Wednesday's his birthday, so he wants on Saturday to go up to Kaikoura for his birthday. He was born in Kaikoura. He didn't live there very long, but he was born there. So that's, yeah, so it would be nice, and if we don't, then it would be a real shame. I think I'll use the side with the images on because that just adds extra. But I just don't know if we're in any kind of real state to be spending 4 hours on the road. Yeah, just don't know if it's that wise at this point in time. Now, that is very similar, so I'm not going to use that one. The colour is too close, as is this one. So let's go back to my bag and find something else. There's another bit of that. And that. Yeah, so we shall see. But I'm planning on having 2 days out, which means I've got to be up and recorded all my videos. And then next week I am going to a marketing course, so I'm going to be out all day on Tuesday, which I'd signed up for and never heard anything. So I was kind of like, okay, that's fine. I don't have to worry about it. I got the notification yesterday with the details for it. So yes, they did receive my sign up and I am down for it. So I've got to have videos done ahead for Tuesday and the Wednesday after, because normally I'd record on the Tuesday for the Wednesday, but of course I'll be out. So suddenly I'm in like, oh my goodness, I've got so much to do. And like I didn't have enough to do as it was. And I know I don't have to do the videos. I know you would be fine if I didn't, but I want to. I love doing the videos. I love talking with you, filling you in on whatever's going on, or just randomly having a conversation on whatever. You guys keep me going. You keep me focused and keep my mind off other things. I might just put that. Yep, I want it. This text reads this way. I want this bit to go that way, just for fun, so that the direction of the text doesn't become important. It becomes less of an issue that it's sideways or upside down or whatever when you've got text going every which way. Right, now just make sure I stick it down the way I want it. It'll be super easy to do it the same way as the base text. Yeah, so things have kind of crept up on me, and suddenly I'm like, oh my gosh, it's looking a bit busy. Sorry, the cold is making my nose do silly things, which you will know is the usual story if you're a regular here at my channel. Right, so we have 3 bases. Let's start decorating. I think I will do one at a time because, you know, that's just more my style, really. So the deal here was to arrange like a garden, that you would want different heights and sizes and shapes of flowers. Now, mine are all kind of similar shapes, like they all kind of go like that. And some of them are reasonably similar heights. So I'm just going to have to, and colours. Colour was the other thing. Do my best. Maybe we go with one of the book page ones. Maybe we want that one in the middle. Just having a play, guys. Just let's see. I do have smaller ones. And however many you want to put on, there's no real number, just whatever you're happy with. And kind of depends on how many you want to cut your base into, how many pieces, whether you want to do 2 or 3. And that will depend on whether you want to make journal cards or tags or pockets or tuck spots, etc. I think I'm just going to go with 3. And I do believe I will use tacky glue just because of all the cutouts here. I think I would just destroy my glue stick and get all sorts of sticky mess going on, which would then not look nice on the surface of my decorative pieces. So what Rachel did was absolutely stunning. They just looked so good. And I'm kind of sitting here going, oh, mine don't feel very nice. I mean, I've barely started, but it's like, because my flowers are different. There's nothing wrong with the flowers. The flowers from Artsology are beautiful, but they're just different to what Rachel was using. And I'm already going, oh, I'm not sure. Not sure if mine are going to turn out. I'm having a moment of self-doubt, but I've barely begun, so it's really unfair on myself to be doing that at this early stage. Do you experience that as well, where you start something and then you go, oh no, this isn't going to be any good. This is going to be horrible. I can't do it. I haven't got the right stuff or whatever. I'm not feeling it. I had not a great sleep last night. I'm really tired. Again, or should I say still, really tired. That's okay. We will get through the day. Okay, put that one about there. So mixing up the colours and the heights at which you glue it down. This one I probably could use glue stick, but we're on a roll, so tacky glue has pretty much become my favourite form of glue because it's just so easy and so clean. And when I get it on my fingers, I can just, as it dries, I can just roll it off and I'm clean again. Whereas a glue stick, you get to the point where you really need to wipe your fingers. You know, just you can't just pick it off. It's not the same consistency as like PVA because tacky glue is essentially a form of PVA. As far as I'm aware, just slightly more tacky formula. Oops, I didn't get glue out to that point, I don't think. I'll just try and scrape the glue out to the point. Okay, so that's one done. Let's do the next one. So we're building up layers. So we've done the book page layer, now we're doing the floral layer. But you don't have to use flowers. If you don't want to use flowers, you could, you know, whatever you want. Stamped images, trains, cars and planes, you know, you could use whatever you like. Now this one's a different shape, so that's cool. We could pop that one. I don't want to completely cover over our music down at the bottom there, but it may get covered over in the as we build these, so not going to, we'll try not to be too precious about it. I think I'm going to go like that. I am going to go glue stick for this one. There's no cutouts in it, and I think actually it might be easier to go with glue stick. So out from the middle towards the edges is less likely to gouge out your glue stick. It can still happen, believe me, from experience. It still happens, but it's less likely to happen if you just work out from the middle, so you're not catching on edges. But if the edge happens to curl around, then you can still catch it and gouge your glue stick. Just really depends on the shape of the cutout. So I didn't take long to decide on those 3 flowers, did I? And put this one down. You could ink around these. I'm, again, no cutouts, so I'm just going to go glue stick. What was I saying? Eek. My brain's losing stuff. Yeah, you could ink around them if you wanted. I think I will just ink around the finished items rather than the individual pieces, because it's just going to be quicker for one. And because it's about building layers, I think if I inked every layer, I think it would just be a little much. And this is getting so inky. I've got my glue pages upside down. There's a spine there because I started doodling on the front. And I thought, well, I don't want to glue over top of that. It's not finished. I've only just started the other night when I was like, now this one has lots of cutouts. Can you see those, all those holes? So back to the tacky glue. Yeah, I was like, oh, I just feel like doodling. So I just grabbed my glue pages, grabbed a fresh non-glued on page, and just started doodling. And one day I'll get back to it and finish it up, but you know, sometimes the mood just strikes you and you just got to run with it. Because I was tired and I was tired but slightly bored, but couldn't face doing any sort of project work or anything, so it was like, oh, just grab a pen and doodle, and if it's horrible, it doesn't matter. But actually so far I quite like it. We shall see by the end, if and when I finish it, whether I still like it. If not, well, it doesn't matter. It's just a creative exercise to pass some time and stop me being bored. Right. Love these daffodils. They're so pretty. So I'll put the information for this digital in the description box. It is my one and only floral digital that I actually have from anybody. I should buy some more because sometimes I do get a bit tired of the same. I think everybody does, like you'll want a bit of variety. Now I could go this way or this way, but I think this way Here's a wee birdie. I don't think I'll use that one because we're going to be putting birds on separately. This one's a different shape, so that's fun. I'm just looking to see which way up it's supposed to go. I think it kind of curves around like that. Here's one that misprinted with no cyan. My cyan clogged, but it's still pretty. They're supposed to be blue pansies, but they're purple, and I think that is quite cute. Here's another book page one. Do we want something a bit wider? No, not that one. This one maybe. I like the pansies, but now if I use this one, I'm kind of rethinking. Also looking at the shape of the flowers is something Rachel said. You know, vary the shapes of the not just the shape of the cutout piece, but the shape of the flowers to bring some visual interest. Yeah, see, compare this one with the pansies there with this one. These ones are supposed to be blue, but these ones are printed correctly, and those ones aren't blue. But just, they're still pretty, even misprinted. I am putting 3 on everything, aren't I? Which is quite funny. Funny, curious, not funny, ha. Right, just do it, girl. Don't overthink it. Right, so this one I'm going to use glue stick, but if you go out from the middle, see how I've got this bit here? If you're going out from the middle up this way, you can still gouge on this bit. So it can still be a little tricky. So I'm trying to follow those lines so I'm not going over that. But sometimes you can't see and you end up doing it, or you forget and just get carried away because, like, you know, I'm talking or something. If I'm on video, I'm probably talking, and that's probably the problem. So I forget to think about what I'm doing because I'm busy rabbiting on about something. Now this one's got a few cutouts, so let's do the tacky glue. Oh, I left the lid off a little bit too long, so it didn't want to come out. I like to put glue around the little cutouts just so they don't catch on things. Keeps them glued down. Round and round. And then a swirl around the middle. That one and this one should be okay with the glue stick. Oh yeah, here come the yawns. Oh, my apologies. I suspected they might creep up and say hello sometime during this video. I got to sleep all right last night, but that didn't last before I was awake and wishing that I could just get back to sleep. Eventually I did, but yeah, certainly wasn't the best night's sleep I've had in the world. Okay, so I think I'm happy with the 3 on each. I think I'm just going to leave it at 3. So put the lid on this so I don't end up having to pick them all up if they should fall on the floor. Right, let's go back to our first one and grab out some birds. So my birds are cut out from books predominantly. There might be the odd one out of a magazine or something, but predominantly out of bird field guide books. So let's see what we might like. Right, I'm just going to remove those two from behind so we can kind of just focus on one. So I've got really little birds. Feel like it's a bit too little for there. I like those two. This one needs some bits cut out, so let's do that. Just the little fine bits are protected when you leave in these angled bits, so they don't get torn off while you're rummaging through your container. And then a bit up here between the tails. Oh, come on, getting scissors in the right place. Gosh, I've gone quiet. And here comes another yawn. Oh my goodness. You have come to nap time with Belinda. Close your eyes. Feel yourself drifting off on a cloud as the happy sounds of crafting continue on. The snip snip of scissors, the swipe of a glue stick, the endless prattle of your hostess. Brought to you by Visualized NZ. Okay, they can go there. I am going to attempt glue stick, and hopefully I won't rip off any tail or anything. Dragonflies would be nice. I realized as I was watching Rachel's video that I don't have any dragonfly printables. She didn't use dragonflies, but I was like, it would be really lovely to use dragonflies on something like this, just to give a bit of variety. So I must investigate that. That one over there. Do we want a third one actually? We've got a flying bird here. It's small, but we could just like pop a... Yeah, I like that. Just a little bird flying in the corner there. Glue stick. I need to cut out more birds actually. I haven't cut any out for ages because I've been using just the ones I had cut out already, but feeling like I need to get back into my bird books and do some more cutting. And this one, now it wasn't my intention to go with three florals and 3 birds and stuff, but I don't know whether it's an unconscious thing that I went for the 3 or whether it was just like it seemed to lend itself to 3. Oops, that one's not glued down properly. Let's get a bit of glue in under there. Now I can't lift it up. Come on, I know you're not actually glued down properly, so why are you being silly? Here we go, got it. After my fingernails had a moment that lasted probably a couple of months, they're really pretty much okay now, apart from this one. This is the last one that's got a bit of peeling, splitting. The rest are all pretty good now, so that's good, but I'm not going to rush into doing any nail polish or anything, just to give them some time to settle before I use anything on them. Okay, I think that one is okay at this stage. Let's grab the next one. One needs to go down, maybe down there. Looking for larger birds, and I feel like I don't have a huge number of larger birds, or ones where there's a couple of birds. Okay, this one might work. Let's just, I think I'm just going to snip off that leaf on the side there rather than cut around it. It's like, I don't want to take the time this morning. This one particular book has green, it's a green background and behind all the pictures. Not sure whether it's the Australian one or the South African one. These are from Australia. There's a map of Australia on the back. That answered that question. And a little bit in here. Oops, that wasn't very well cut out, but it'll be fine. And then there's a little bit in here I'm not going to worry about. Going to be lazy and not cut it out. Oops, just almost shoved our other bird in the rubbish. So they can go up there. I am feeling like I might end up with 3 birds on this one as well, guys. Oh, why fight it? If 3's what I'm feeling, just do it. At the risk of being formulaic. You could also do some stamping on these. You know, add some little bits here and there. I might do. I am not sure. I haven't worked that one out. I think I want to put that one there. Now, when Rachel was doing this, she didn't worry about where she chopped them in terms of chopping birds in half, losing a tail or a, you know, a bit of a body. So that was quite interesting for me to see that, to not worry about cutting something in half. And actually, when that happened, when Rachel cut a bird's tail off or something and half was on one card and half was on the other, it actually looked fine. But if it does bother you, then you can always cover it over. Once it's cut up, you can add something over top if it's like just an eyesore, or you just can't handle half a bird or a tail randomly stuck in the middle of nowhere. You know, just cover it over and it will be good as gold. So I am taking the time to cut around in between this wee birdie's legs. My nose is away again. So really easy project, this one. It's more about just playing with whatever fussy cuts you've got, or excuse me, you know, book page images or whatever. Just having fun composing up little garden type scenes. So starting with that neutral layer and then building your garden, then building the wildlife in the garden, and then finishing off with whatever you like, whether it's labels or stamping or what have you. Oh, so I've gone croaky. Sorry. I don't have a drink with me either at the moment. So hopefully it doesn't persist. Stick down tail. smush the glue out towards the end, and we should get it down. Okay, and then this one. I've also got a British bird book as well that I've cut from. So, bird field guides books are brilliant material because they tend to be watercolor illustrations, not photographs. So you get really cool bird imagery to work with. Just takes a bit of cutting out. Okay, that's that one done. Last one for the birds. Not sure that one's really, I feel like I want a bigger bird than either of those. This one might be a little bigger. We'll go with a couple of birds again. Oops, running out. Oh, bending stuff all over the show here. So we could go with, I actually like the way they're looking up into the flowers there. Also looking for them to stand out a bit. No. There's a little bird. I kind of like that one down there. It's just got a wee bit of white in its beak. So we'll trim that out. And guess what? How many birds? Well, you know, how many images have I got? I've got 3 again. And then there's a bit of white in here that I want to get rid of. I'll leave the bit between its legs because its legs are so spindly. They would be at risk of being amputated. I'm going to just trim off some of that grass. Just give it a bit of kind of shape in there without properly fussy cutting it. Just giving it a few points. Come on, get out of there. Little, tiny little fragments of paper. Okay, so this one again has got a really narrow point there, so I'm going to use tacky glue so that I don't rip it with my glue stick. I just like how that covers the stem of the flower. And these ones need some cutting out. So I do apologise that I'm doing a bit of fussy cutting, but I don't want my birds to be all torn to pieces when I'm rifling through them, so it's a necessary preservation step for me. Doesn't take too long. Oh, and I'm getting hungry. What is the time? I don't know what the time is. It's actually quite annoying. I used to, like the TV would go into screensaver while I was videoing because I'd, you know, typically been watching YouTube or something on the TV, and it would have the clock on it, so I would know what the time is and where I'm up to. But YouTube have now introduced a screensaver function, so if you walk away just even for a few minutes, it turns the screensaver function on, and I always cast through my phone, and then I've got to actually use the TV remote to get it off that screensaver to resume my video. And if I'm like recording, it takes me to that, no clock. So my way of keeping track of where I'm up to time-wise is gone because of what YouTube have done. And I think what they've done is pretty cool in some respects, but it's not terribly useful for me, and I find it quite annoying. If I wanted those screensavers from YouTube, I would ask for them, but I don't. So please just stop going to it anytime I leave for like 2 minutes. So annoying. If anybody knows a way to turn off that function when casting to your TV from YouTube, can you let me know? I haven't spent any time investigating it, so I don't know, but I just find it really annoying. And also I can end up with, you know, finish with YouTube and I disconnect, and then hubby will go to play something on through YouTube. You know, he's arrived home in the meantime, and he'll go and whatever I was watching will resume. Like, but he's the one that's trying to access it on his, not and watch something he wants, not continue on with mine. And it's like, that's so annoying. Like, and my device has been disconnected, so why is it continue on with what I was watching when he's the one that's now accessing it on his device? I don't know. It's just annoying. Frustrations of the first world, isn't it? There are worse things to worry about for sure. But if anyone knows how to fix those issues, let me know. Oops, I don't think I got any glue on the tip of the tail. No, I did not. Let's try that again. There we go. Let's hold it down for a second to make sure it does stick. Okay, so that's the birds done. Oh, I've got gluey, dirty fingers. Hopefully you can't see the grossness. Let's just get that dried glue goober off. Okay, birds done. Right, let's go back to the third one. Now, I'm going to probably look at butterflies and labels together. I might not necessarily put both on. We'll just see. So I've got my, oh, sorry about the loud noise there, my label folder and froggy throat and my fussy cut butterflies. I've also got punched butterflies, but I'm not after those. Just going to pick out the paper butterflies. Don't think I want the metallics of the punched shapes. I need to put those in a different place actually, because every time I go digging for these I end up with the punched ones. Right, actually I might tip those out there. I need to reprint these too, because I'm running very low on the smallest ones. Actually, now that I say that, I'm wondering, did I actually finish cutting them out? I may not have finished cutting them out. Kind of don't like that the butterfly's the same size as the bird. That is an issue for me. I'm finding the scale is not working. Maybe a bit better if we put it down like that. Maybe labels. What colour? Size and shape. All the considerations. And whose labels would I like to use? Let's have a look at 9 of Crones. Don't fuss. It's like a message to myself. It's like, just do it. Don't fuss over it. I'm probably going to cut these into 2 journal cards, so I'm now thinking more about composition. No, I don't want it over top of the birds. Maybe down here. I quite like that. Do I want, don't fuss on it. Worm tea. Worm tea kind of fits with the birds, doesn't it? You know, birds like the odd worm in their diet. I feel like it needs to go up there. Okay, right. So I will have to try and remember where everything I've got comes from. The butterflies are a printable that's no longer available, so I won't link that because I can't. I think it was from Art Smart Craft, but yeah, she took them off her Etsy a while back, not long after I purchased them actually. Let's go about there. Put a wee butterfly over top. So our flowers, these ones were from Artsology. These labels that I'm using here are from Nine of Crones. I think that's everyone I've mentioned so far. And Rachel, of course, from Roxy Creations for the idea and her video. I'll link that as well. Put right on the corner there. And this one. So I'm not inking. Not inking. Okay, there's that one. Right, this one. This one, I think, I'm wondering about whether we do it into 3. We might do it into 3. Do we want to keep up with the Nine of Crones? Let's have a look. Go for a different colour. These ones, they're all the same size and shape, so I've separated them out by colour. What does it say? Sarong? Sarong photo? Don't know what that means. Probably just a random words. Just want that one right in the middle there. So we'll lock it in. And I'm talking the middle of the gap, not the middle of the page. Just to clarify, in case you're thinking, that's not the middle. I'll put that one down the bottom there. Trying to be snappy, because I want to get these cut up as well on camera. Oh, and we are running out of time, so I better motor. Gosh, I've been prattling on for good almost 50 minutes. Just think I want part of a label on this far side. Oops, and it would help if I don't drop them. Yeah, let's just do a part. Shall I keep that little bit? Not sure. I'll put it in with the butterflies for now. I might just stick it in my collage phone book or in my journal for today or my collage calendar, something like that, just so it's down somewhere, not floating. Those out the way so I can see. Yeah, I'm just going to put that in the middle there. Again, the middle of the gap, not the middle of the page, just because I felt like it was a bit bare. There are still plain gaps absolutely. So I probably won't have time to do any stamping, but I think some stamping. Do I want it a bit lower? No, I want it up there. Stamping I think would just perhaps relieve that. Okay, that one's done. Last one. I'm glad I didn't try to do any more than 3. We'd be here all day. Let's try a butterfly first. Oh, there is still one smaller, 2 smaller ones. Is that all we've got? Yeah, the rest are in the next size up and then the next size up again. So I do need to either find the rest of them if I haven't finished fussy cutting, or I need to reprint. I think just one butterfly up the top corner there. And I need to hunt myself down a digital of dragonflies, because I think that would be a really nice addition to Very Things. I don't know. Does anyone know of a digital of dragonflies? I'm sure there must be some out there. Surely. Yeah, and let's go with a different colour of the 9 of Crones labels. I'm going to cut that one in half. Glue half on. Or I'm warming up. Goodness. That's nice. Or do I want it down here? No, I want it up here. It's nice to finally beginning to feel a little warmer. Maybe I will actually get to a point where I can take off my thick cardigan. I'm going to put that one up there. And then we will chop them up into bits. I'm going to just put this one down. Yep, just put that little bit, the other half of this one. Just down there. And I think we are good. So remind myself, or if you guys want to remind me, to put those labels away properly. Otherwise I'll pick it up and they'll all fall out and I'll spend the next 10 minutes picking everything up. Yeah, so if you wouldn't mind, if you could just remind me to put those away, it'd be great. As soon as I'm done with the video, just shout it out, and it might hit my eardrums or my consciousness. Okay, let's trim these up into making a decision on how we want them to be. So they are, what size are they? They are 9 inches, so we could go 4.5, and they are slightly less than 6 inches. Do I want to I do need to back them as well. I will do that off camera. Is that going to fit there? Just to trim off that raggedy edge. I should have done that first, but oh well. Doing it, oh, didn't quite reach. Slightly too long for my guillotine. That's all right. So shall we just go in the middle at 4.5-ish? Where would that put us? We'd just take a tiny little bit of one of the bird's tails off, I think. 2 journal cards, or pockets. They could easily be turned into pockets, in which case you wouldn't need to back them. And I might actually leave them like this without backing until I decide how I want to use them. This one I was thinking 3. I think I'll cut a bit off before I trim this edge this time. So this one I think will be a journal card. Let's just trim off the top there, even that up. So that's going to be a journal card. Isn't that lovely? I think it's super effective. And this one, hopefully I've got room to get in. Actually, I'll do the top edge first. Right, that. Hopefully I can get in between the 2 birds' beaks. Yes, we can. No, I was looking at the log of this bird down the bottom, but I can't get clear of the log without cutting the other bird's beak off, so just go about there. So these will be tags, so those will need backing, but how cute are they? Colourful, lovely bits of ephemera. Okay, this one I think in half. So let's do, what does 4.5 look like? About there. I think that's okay. And let's just whip off that bottom edge. And actually I might just trim a little off this plain edge off this one. Actually might even take it down quite a bit. And this blank edge up the top as well. So I'm making it smaller. That's a lovely little journal card or pocket. And then this one, let's take off this edge as well. And then just a little bit off this edge, I think. Just getting rid of some of that plainness. And then this one, the bird's wings basically almost at the top, so I'm just going to take a little sliver just to remove some of that empty area. Get rid of the trimmings. So we have got can I fit them all on camera? So we've got 5 journal cards or pockets, and we've got 2 tags. So let's go ahead and give these a tag shape, just so you can remind myself that that's what they are, and to visualize a bit better what they will look like finished. And I will ink around them. I won't do that on camera. I won't bore you anymore. Phew, yes, I was like, am I cutting the right end? Yes, I am. That would have been interesting if I cut the tag shape at the bottom of the tag. Has anyone ever done that by accident? I don't know that I have, but I imagine it's all too easy to do. Oh, that's a bit of the fussy cut flower that's come adrift, so we'll just tear that off. So I think they are super cute and really, really actually simple, and using up some of those bits and pieces that you've spent ages fussy cutting out. Just layer them up and all good. I think I will add a bit of stamping. How are we doing on time? We don't have time to do that, unfortunately, but I'll ink around them first, and then I'll see whether I want to add stamping, because I think they're actually quite lovely as they are. It's just the odd blank spot that maybe I want to add a bit of something. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it. For all the details on everyone I've mentioned, head to the description box. Have a great week, friends, and I'll be back again tomorrow with another video. Hope to see you then. Bye for now.